My name is Patrick Kilkenny. I'm the Director of YPA Estate Agents in Sunbury. And on the 8th of November this year, we are hosting a charity golf day for Diabetes Victoria. I just wanted to explain why this is very important to me and why I think everyone should be getting involved. As some of you may not be aware, that I was diagnosed as a type 1 diabetic over 30 years ago. Diagnosed when I was 11 years old was one of the hardest things I could ever imagine. I was lucky enough to have two amazing parents. My sister, who was also diagnosed as a type 1 diabetic when she was 11 months old. This day in November, I wanted to raise funds for Diabetes Victoria, but make everyone aware it's not just the diabetic that deals with the condition themselves. It is the families that deal with it, whether it's a mother, father, grandmother, grandfather, daughter, son, whoever it is very difficult for all the families to deal with it for that person. Let me try and give you a glimpse of what it is like to live with type 1 diabetes as me. This can be very varied, as each diabetic is very different. Some days you wake up, you're never sure whether you're going to wake up in an ambulance or in hospital, whether you've had a hypo or a hyper the night before. Sometimes it's very satisfying to wake up knowing that you are in your own bed. The aftermath of having a high sugar level or a low sugar level is one of the worst feelings ever. You're always feeling exhausted, dehydrated and extremely tired. I always feel completely embarrassed when people are staring at you and talking to you and you have no idea of what actually happened. Then the guilt kicks in and you always wonder and hope and cross your fingers that you haven't harmed anyone in your family, as far as the stress that you've put on them to call an ambulance and the pressure that does put on them to make sure you can get back to where you should be. I have hundreds of stories of many hypos over my past 30 years. Some people may think they're funny or interesting, but to be honest, they are some of the scariest moments in my life. I will never know when my last hypo will be. I always wonder what life would be without diabetes. To live a normal life without having to worry about what type of food you're going to eat for the day, how much insulin you need to have, what time you're going to eat, what time you're going to have your insulin. All these things come into every diabetic's mind every day, and it can be difficult, it can be frustrating, but there's sometimes we can't do without it. Now, if you're not a golfer or someone that is in a position to donate to our event, that's okay, just share the video, and getting the awareness out there is all I can ask for. I love golf, so let's make 8th of November a day to remember and raise funds for Diabetes Victoria. Hope you can get involved.